What is up, Print Squad? I am back with another video, and today I'm going to be doing a Photoshop tutorial of a simple design that I did for one of my customers recently. And before I actually get started, I do want to do a disclaimer or kind of let you guys know that I've been getting a lot of comments from people who have been trying to tell me what programs I should get or what programs I need to be using. And I've been printing t-shirts for over 10 years. I've been using the same program. I have access to other programs, several other programs, and pretty much any programs that I would like. And as you see right here on my screen, I do have Adobe Illustrator, which is what people have been telling me to get, and I do use Adobe Photoshop. I feel like Illustrator is for people who can draw and stuff like that, but I don't create my own artwork. I just use clip art and manipulate it to what I need. So basically I'm going to be using Photoshop, so if this is a problem for you, or if you don't want to see it, you may either want to click off the video. But if it's a big problem for you and you feel like I should be using something different, then maybe this is not the video you should be watching. Or you may not even want to be subscribed to me. You may want to go ahead and start your own YouTube channel and, you know, just do it that way. Right here, as you see, here is the design that I created. And basically, it's actually a back to the design also. I'm going to go ahead and pull that up also, just to kind of let you guys see what it looks like. And this is the back of the design right here. So basically I'm going to try to let you guys know how I created the design or how I came up with the design. And it's really hard to just really teach someone how to design and how to be creative, because when you're designing shirts, it's kind of up to you, like what's in your mind for designs and stuff like that, and you kind of work with that and what your customer wants. So basically what I'm going to do is show you the folder that I use and some of the clip art that I have and some things that I use for inspiration. So right here, this is something that I saw. I kind of like that. It was something different, and I really just kind of used that for some inspiration for the design that I created. Yeah, I saw this and I liked it, so I'm gonna go through and let you guys check out some other things that I have. Here's another thing that I saw, just some different things. That is actually what I used right there to create the design. And yeah, that's just a few other things. That's the design that I created right here. I just showed you. That was the sample sheet, because I actually created two designs and the customer chose design number one. So yeah, right here, as you see, this is basically how I do it. I come up with the designs, and I also use this basketball right here. So I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna try to let you guys see how I created this design. Now, when I'm creating designs, sometimes you can't get the design exactly perfect the way that you did it the first time, but it will be similar, and I'm going to go through and basically show you guys how I created the design. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I already have the original design here, so I'm going to make a new file. So new file, and everything is set to what I like, and I hit OK. And when I'm designing, I always like to make sure that my design or what I'm designing is big enough on the screen. And I usually use right here, I usually use these grids to line everything up, but for the sake of the video, so that you guys can see things better, I'm not going to use the grids at this time. Okay, so basically what I did, I went through and found different fonts, and the font that I ended up using, I'm going to go ahead and type everything in that font. The way that I choose the fonts is, once I do the design, I play around with the fonts, and whatever I feel like looks best, that's what I use. So this is the font that I chose to use. So I'm just going to put it right here, kind of resize it, and then I'm going to duplicate the font, duplicate, layer, hit OK. Now if you look over to the side right here, there are actually two layers. I do that to make it a little bit easier to get both fonts a similar size. So I have it right here. Then I'm just going to type it in here. So as you see, This is the original design, and this is the design that I'm working on right now. So I'm going to take this part and I'm going to slide it down to where I feel is a decent position for it. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is place in the next part. Let me find it right quick because it went to a different folder. Sometimes I hate Windows 10 because it kind of does that sometimes. And then you have to find it again, and with this, for some reason on this computer I cannot drag and drop like I can on my desktop. So basically I have, okay, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this Indian head mascot right here and I'm going to resize it. And actually, before I resize it, I'm going to let you guys see right here. If you look at the back of it, you can see that part of it is left off. But I'm going to go ahead and resize it and show you guys how I fix it. It's numerous ways you can fix it. Just like with designing shirts, it's numerous ways you can fix it. It's numerous programs that you can use. But this is how I did it. And I have never said I'm a great, awesome web designer. I can do just enough to do what I need to do. And I have not had a job in a while, and this t-shirt printing, this is what I do for a living. I do enough to be able to support what I need. Okay, so right there I'm going to hit enter, and I'm going to erase this background right here so that I can see things a little bit better. So now what I'm going to do is remove all of the white from here. And to do that, I'm going to use the magic wand tool, and I just click on the white. And actually, before I do that, I gotta take another step. So I'm going to hit edit and undo, and then I'm going to just pretend I want to use the eraser tool just to flatten it. That's pretty easy to do. Okay, and now I'm going to use the magic wand tool, and I'm going to select the white. And I'm going to right click and go down to layer via cut. Then I'm going to go over right here, and that white has turned into layer 1. So like if I cover it, you can't see it. Okay, so layer via cut. Now I can delete it because I no longer need it. And as always, I'm going to come over here and save. And it's always good to save as you go because you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes the computer crashes and stuff. So I'm just going to save it as test just so I can have it on here in case something happens. Now this next thing I'm going to do, you can actually draw it out, but because I want it to be perfect, I'm going to duplicate this layer right here, and I hit OK. So now I have 2 of these Indian head mascots. So I move this one down, and basically what I'm going to do is take the eraser. First I'm going to do the magic eraser and erase all the green. And I tell you what, bump that. I'm going to go ahead and just use the regular eraser and erase everything except for what I need. So I'm going to go through and erase, and I'm going to zoom in on it so you guys can see it better, and put a white background back on it so that y'all can see it better, and zoom in. And I'm gonna speed through this part right here. All right, go back to the eraser tool, and sometimes when you're using Photoshop like this, it takes a little bit of time to erase everything like this. So I'm gonna tell you what I'm going to do. I'm basically going to use this bottom part right here. So I'm going to erase all of this from right here. I kind of erased a little bit more than I wanted to, so I'm gonna erase all of this from right here. And now I can take the magic eraser tool, and whoops, it erased more than I wanted it to. You know, I'm trying to rush through it because I don't want this tutorial to be so long, but you know, you have to delete certain parts of it, and you know, when you're really doing this, you probably want to take your time, but for the sake of making this short, I'm, you know, kind of rushing through it a little bit. Yeah, it just takes a little while. As you see, I'm deleting and erasing everything, so I'm gonna speed it up. Okay, so now I'm going to take this part and I'm going to place it up here. And I've kind of erased a little bit more than I needed to, but I think it'll still work for what I needed to. So as you see, I have placed it right there. So I'm gonna zoom in on it so you can see. This part is no longer missing because I have replaced it with the part that I just erased or fixed. Now I'm going to go to the blending options and I'm going to make it black by going to color overlay, and I'm going to make it black. As you see right there, it did kind of lighten it a little more than I wanted, but you know, I'm not going to go back and fix it. If you look on the original one that I did, you can see that I did. Let me go ahead and hit OK. You can see that I did fix it to where it is better than that. Zoom in one more time for you guys. Yeah, that one is better and you can't really tell, but basically, for the sake of the video, just because I'm kind of trying to give you guys some ideas, there it is right there. And what you can do so that you can be able to reposition this easy, you can take this to its own file. You can go to view, fit on screen, just so you can see everything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cover up everything that I don't need to show right now. Then I can hit file and save as, and I'm going to save it as head. And I hit save and OK. Then I can come back in here and I can place that head in here. And I hit enter, and then I can cover up the other head. And bring back my letters that I have. Okay, so I have the head right there. Then the next thing I'm going to do, as y'all see, the original one is all black. I'm going to hit blending options and color overlay. As you see, now everything is all black. And I'm going to hit OK. As you guys see right here, the only other thing I have to do is bring in the axes or the Tomahawks. They're actually called Tomahawks. So I'm going to go ahead and bring those in. Let me find them right quick. Okay. So I bring them in and I'm going to have to resize them. So I'm going to hit shift and resize. And as you see, the axes actually have a white background. Okay, that's about the size that I need, so I'm going to hit enter. Then I can take this magic wand tool once again. First, I'm going to take the eraser tool and hit the eraser tool and hit OK. Then I'm going to take this magic wand tool and just click on it in an area where the white is. Then I'm going to right click on it and hit layer via cut, just like I did earlier. Now all I have to do is delete that layer because I don't need it anymore. Okay, I'm going to resize that. Make sure I'm on the right layer. Resize it slightly. Yeah, you size everything up to the size you feel will work for whatever you need. And there we go right there. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in so you can see it better. And right here, all I did was I took the paint bucket tool and made it black. Then I just like filled in the areas that I wanted to be black. And all you do is just you know, fill in those spaces that you want to change the color of and just click on it. And I'm going to look back at the other one for reference. I basically just filled in certain areas. Okay, I'm going to use the original for reference once again. Alright, as you see, that's the original, and I filled in those areas right here, so I'm going to fill those in on this other one. Alright, so as you see, it's pretty much the same. I filled in those areas, and the next thing that I would do is I'm going to hit save, and I like to hit save continually when I'm creating a design. And the next thing I'm going to do is drop in this basketball. So place, embed, and I have the basketball right here. Resize the basketball to whatever size you feel is appropriate for what you need. And hit enter. And now I'm just going to take the magic eraser and hit erase. And then I'm going to go to the paint bucket tool, and this time I'm going to use white to fill it in instead of black. Just fill in each section on the basketball and make sure that the inside of the ball is white. And where it's white at, it's actually going to be the color of the shirt. So basically right here, let me fit it on the screen. Here is the design that I just created, and here is the original design. Let me fit it on the screen. That's basically how you create a simple design, and you can size it and place things in whatever locations that you would like. And one of the heads is bigger than the other head, but you know, you just design it the way that you want to and size things the way that you feel appropriate. And basically y'all just watch me do a design in Photoshop, and hopefully you learn something. If you like the video or learn something, be sure to hit the thumbs up button. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and be sure to hit that notification bell so that you won't miss out on my future videos. And if you're interested in any of the products or equipment that I use in my videos, be sure to check down below in the description box for links. And I will see you in the next video. Print Squad out.